So up next, we have Jack Cooper, a large name in the auto hauler segment of the trucking industry, has announced that it will be shuttering its doors for good. And a lot of employees feel blindsided by this information. Definitely when it comes to receiving their last paychecks and their benefits, pensions, and things of that sort, they do not have answers for. So let's take a look at how this is impacting their former employees.
Well, nearly 250 employees of a vehicle hauling company in Wentzville are without jobs tonight. The news comes after Jack Cooper Transport failed to agree to a new contract with General Motors late last week. Fox News' Mike Colombo has more details, all new at 6.
I spoke with the wife of one of the local drivers who lost his job. She told me Jack Cooper Transport's Wentzville terminal closed its doors for the final time Friday. According to the Missouri Office of Workforce Development, 239 of Jack Cooper's Wentzville employees are now out of a job. They join more than 400 of the company's workers in Kansas City who were laid off earlier this month. We stopped by Jack Cooper's terminal in Wentzville this afternoon and didn't see any activity. The company was founded in 1928 in Kansas City, Missouri, as a carrier for General Motors. It would go on to become one of the largest fleets of finished vehicle carriers in North America. The company declined to comment on the layoffs. A source close to the situation tells us Jack Cooper is in ongoing negotiations to wind down the company. Contract talks between Jack Cooper and General Motors fell apart late Friday night. In his statement, General Motors told us, "We are grateful to all of the Jack Cooper Transport employees for their work to support GM over the years. Importantly, we are helping identify positions at other businesses for impacted JCT employees, and we believe that a significant portion will be successfully transferred." Last month, Ford canceled its contract with Cooper. The Detroit Free Press reports about 700 jobs were related to Ford's business. More than 1,000 were tied to GM. I'm told some of the local Jack Cooper drivers had worked for the company for more than 30 years. The wife of the employee I spoke with said her husband received an email Saturday notifying him of the layoffs. Mike Colombo, Fox 2 News.
And a lot of these employees feel blindsided. However, there has been a lot of talks throughout the years from Jack Cooper trying to figure out how to realign their business so that they could remain a car hauler, or if they wanted to change directions. So that's why definitely in times like this, Trucker News is extremely important for you to know what's going on behind the scenes of those companies that you're carrying for or working for, so that you don't feel blindsided as well. So we'll take a look at this article from Transport Topics that discusses that this shaky business has been in play for the past few years when it comes to Jack Cooper. Jack Cooper engaged with GM for several weeks through February 7th before the automaker pulled its business and the carrier's management team decided February 8th to shutter operations. Given the loss of our Ford revenue and General Motors' unilateral decision, Jack Cooper's management and board of directors are faced with no choice but to ask that our employees not return to work unless contacted by management. A few employees will be asked to remain on staff for the next several weeks to ensure an orderly wind down of Jack Cooper operations. Jack Cooper faced dire straits previously, going as far as filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in August of 2019, but the company exited bankruptcy protection in November 2019. Seeking court protection, extinguished around $350 million of debt and removed $2 billion of underfunded pension liability, according to a company history on its website. Following the exit from bankruptcy and the pandemic, the executive team at Jack Cooper attempted to expand its operations by diversifying out of the auto hauling segment, a strategy that coincidentally may have saved the company from its eventual fate. And while it would have been nice for Jack Cooper to have notified their employees, months in advance to let them know that it was a potential that these contracts would not go through, or that they wouldn't be able to renegotiate on terms that they liked. It's public information that they filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy back in 2019. And, just keeping up with what your company or the shippers and brokers that you're working with, what their company is doing behind the scenes is extremely important, so that you aren't thrown for a loop when situations like this occur and they decide to just, shut down, and you walk up to the doors and no one's there to answer.